A Reuters survey of economists has concluded that while the drop in Russian consumption should slow down along with inflation, the investing and industrial climate of the country is a long way from improvement. That means the fall of Russia's GDP will not slow down until the fourth quarter of 2015 at the earliest, say the surveyed macro-economists. They predict a 4.1% drop in the second and third quarters and a 3.7% fall in the fourth quarter of this year. According to a report from Bank of America Merrill Lynch, this year is the worst in 17 years for Russian consumers. Private consumption contracted by 9% compared to this time last year, according to the Russian State Statistics Bureau Rosstat. This exceeds the decrease of any quarter of the crisis year 2009. In fact, it constitutes the sharpest drop since the default year 1998. The situation is made all the worse by the fact that consumption only increased 4% in the first quarter of 2014, whereas the crisis of 2009 followed right on the heels of a period of double-digit growth. RBC reports macroeconomic experts from Alpha Bank believe all of this may lead to 2015 signifying the end of the consumption growth model in Russia, which has dominated the country's economy for the last 15 years. Corporate revenue, on the contrary, is up 90% compared to this time last year. The Bank of America Merrill Lynch analysts say this is due to devaluation that was put in place to compensate the 47% drop in oil prices. According to Rosstat, the first quarter of this year showed record revenues from corporate sales at 2.9 trillion rubles. Yelena Balashova, the senior scientist at the National Research University Higher School of Economics Development Center Institute, says this growth was largely paid for by consumers through raised prices. Furthermore, inflation in Russia has led to an 8.7% drop in salaries in May. Corporate revenue is the only remedy to increase the investment climate in the country, and must therefore be achieved by any means. Comment on the video below and get all our updates by following us on YouTube. You can do that by clicking here. You can also find us on all these social media networks.